hypothesis. Law's plan? King of turns over Hawkin? All supernovas team together? Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Shounen. At this moment, the 5 most powerful supernovae are joining forces at the top of the skull, fighting together against up to 2 of the 4 emperor. Of course, they are facing a lot of difficulties, needing one person strong enough to help them hold Big Mom, or at least add people to support. Because with only the current 5 factors, there is absolutely no door to 2 emperors, only defeating Kaido, no one is sure. While on many other fronts, all the main forces on both sides were in battle, even the one who was beheaded as soon as the battle opened was Orokai, he also revived and returned to revenge. However, in the zoological crew there is a wanted person up to 320 million belly who has not yet gone to battle, that is the blonde magician Basil Hawkin. In an arc honoring veteran actors, Hawkin is a candidate for the title of Best Male Lead, of the movie Flip. In the comedy category, surely no one can surpass Sanji. Hawkin also holds his position, in the detective film genre, brain hacking. The first is to turn against the alliance, even though Kid is tortured by Kaido, he immediately agrees to join the Beast Pirates. Then again bent 3 inches of his tongue, causing Law to spare his life, then suddenly turned around and bit X-Drake with a pain. Hawkin's idea of being loyal, but no, after that chapter 990, he went missing, while the Beast Pirates were all straining against the enemy. Is Hawkin thinking of something else, and he will turn his face one more time, to surpass Kanjuro, to become the best actor in the Wano arc? Aside from Hawkin, we still have one more supernova, which is in a dilemma. This guy has a higher bounty than Hawkin, 30 million, is Apu, captain of the pirate crew on air. In the Pirate Festival movie, we see all the supernovae combined to defeat the Bullet, so is it the case that the pirates of the same generation go against the Yonko? I think it is entirely possible, and specifically, please watch all the videos, so that Top Shounen learns this quite interesting topic. 1. Law's scheme, Hawkin's role. First of all, let's talk about the situation where Law moved his nephew first, to see if he was up to a conspiracy with someone or not. In chapter 1000, Luffy asked Law to bring the red roses down, in order to avoid the fight. In the 5th floor there are many mink warriors, led by Shishilian, who will protect the 2 kings in the Red Star group. But instead of bringing the red bags to the 5th floor to get closer, he spent more energy, with a large room and teleport them to the treasury on the 2nd floor. At that time all 9 were tattered, no one could crawl inside the room, so make sure Law leaves them there. Why is it Law, and not the mysterious Black Shadow in chapter 1004? Since there is only one person, it is impossible to bring 9 people at the same time without being detected. If divided into several times clearly it takes effort and time. In addition, Law is extremely intelligent, with the fact that the 9 red scabbards are mortally wounded and unconscious, leaving them in an open position, like inviting the Beast Pirates, or the Orokai side to take care of them. So Law teleport them to the 2nd floor, a safe, secret place, and someone would definitely save Kinemon and his friends. While searching around for the Poneglyph, Law met this person, or he had bonded with the mysterious man in the first place, in order to create the surprise. The second problem is that the X-Drake case was revealed, and Law spared Hawkin's life. He already knew too much, should have been eliminated immediately, but Law didn't. If releasing me is part of your grand scheme, I will work together, Law told X-Drake at the Reizatsu district prison. The great plot of X-Drake, obviously overthrowing Kaido, but he is a navy, not a real pirate, so maybe Drake wants to borrow the hands of the rebels to make profits. X-Drake even invited Hawkin to make a treason, perhaps he was going to watch the 2 sides fight, when all were damaged, he would put the sword or navy team in the crate. However, Law is a step taller, he deliberately let Hawkin live, using him to denounce X-Drake. The first is to smile confidently when he is captured, as if he is sure to escape, then turn both Hawkin and X-Drake into a pawn. Clearly Law's plan goes deeper. Drake's original plot, which was countered by Law, forced him to reveal himself, forcing him to join the coalition. Thereby, the elimination of a tough opponent, and at the same time, admits a new disciple to Luffy's young father. X-Drake himself had to ask to join, obviously he was in a weak position, with only himself alone, if not obedient, both sides would rush in and win his life. It is not yet known what Law is really trying to do, but Hawkin is coordinating so well, his disappearance may also be part of the plan. I insist, because Law showed a lot of interest in what happened to the kid, Apu, Hawkin alliance. Tell me what happened to your alliance, Kid and Apu, he detailed, and did not forget to mention the abilities he was able to divulge. At that time, my chance of winning was 0%, escaped 0%, surrendered to have a 40% path. I had no other choice. It can be seen that Hawkin did not voluntarily join the Beast Pirates. Although he was still afraid, he did not believe in the rebels able to win against Kaido. Your alliance with the Straw Hats is going well, isn't it? You guys came here with goodwill, but how do you feel now? Have you changed your mind yet? Hawkin is referring to Luffy being hit by Kaido, thinking that they cannot win, especially when Big Mom shook hands with Kaido. However, in an arc where the agents turned their heads faster than the X-Lover squad, the odds that Hawkin divined, went up and down like we fine X did. Therefore, he is the one who is waiting for the opportunity to take the place of X-Drake. Originally, the naval man was about to hold a tree to wait for the rabbit, but was forced to reveal his face, and it was Hawkin's turn to shake his thighs to watch the two sides fight. As long as he finds out that the win rate is high, he will appear immediately, or until now Hawkin is still following Law's plot. Because he was also intelligent, during the execution of Lord Yasui, Hawkin went to the prison to ambush Law. I know you will come here, Trafalgar. Lo8 was wise, trying to use the chaos to save his comrades, but Hawkin was even wiser. Missing one person, White Bear, with your power, you can rescue them without a sweat. Only a fool can hold all the hostages in one place. Even Hawkin used the Heart's crew as a life doll, to intimidate Law. He was very mindful. Or Hawkin relies on divination, to predict the opponent's actions, as well as possible events. This is also a form of foresight ability, without the need for high-level observation haki. I even rate Hawkin's ability as superior, because it sees the future further. At the same time he says that it will never be wrong. Also, in chapter 987, we see a character very similar to Hawkin with Law, adding evidence that he is secretly colluding with Mr. Lo8. Because Hawkin is a captain of the worst generation, after all, daring to ally to overthrow red-haired Shanks, he also has the guts to betray Kaido. However, Hawkin had his own plans. Now he did not dare openly counteract, because the advantage still belongs to the Beast Pirates. But wait for the price to come, he will sell Kaido immediately, as when denouncing X-Drake to the Plague Queen. Furthermore, from the outset, Hawkin has repeatedly shown his disloyalty. In chapter 911, when he heard his subordinate report a Kuri Coast scout group had lost contact, he said, "Don't report this to Mr. Kaido yet, I will be there." When he met Luffy and Zoro, Hawkin said that he knew it was their cause. He also admitted he couldn't fight the two, but instead of telling Jack or Kaido, Hawkin took his own action. If you come here to visit, then I advise you to leave. Do you know who is really pulling the strings of this kingdom behind the curtain? Hawkin is very goodwill. If they give up he will not be difficult, unlike Apu or Tobi Rappo and Okanban. Next, he says that Lu and Zo's month-end survival rates are 19%, so the bad guy has only a 1% chance of surviving tomorrow morning, certainly not these two. Two of the 5 strongest people in the alliance have a high survival rate, possibly also contributing to Hawkin's shaking hands with Law. Next, when fighting, it felt that Hawkin was not fighting with all his strength. On the contrary, he also drew cards that caused his subordinates to kill each other. Next is a card that helps Luffy and Zoro escape. The Hierophant card is the help card. That means they have a supporter to escape. If Hawkin had notified Kaido at that time, it would have been wiped out by the Okanban that we could do nothing in time. But Hawkin did the opposite. He was like against them, but in essence had his own intrigue. Or like our first encounter with Law in chapter 918, "Welcome to Wano Kingdom, this is the first time we've reunited, since that fateful day in Sabayati. It doesn't seem like you guys came here on a trip, you gathered your alliance and infiltrated this kingdom, you don't want to reveal your plan too soon, right? I ran into the new Straw Hats not long ago, I believe you want to meet them first, and keep their mouths shut before they break your plans." It is true that not thanks to Hawkin, the Gomu Gomu sound added once, causing Mr. Lo8 to mentally traumatize. Covering the enemy, even kindly reminds Law that, "Don't mess around here, worry about telling the rubber brain to obediently wait for the time to come." That much evidence is more than enough to show that, Hawkin has secretly betrayed, and is cooperating with Law. If Hawkin is not loyal, and is secretly colluding with Law, what role will he be? First of all, Hawkin's ability to predict the future is very useful in analyzing and evaluating the situation. The plan outlined by Law was not simply to defeat Kaido, but they needed to win the whole fight. He stays calm, concentrating on the two quartets maximally, because things are still on the right track. When there is a turn, Hawkin will take care of it. Like what Orakai is going to do, how the king or queen will deal with our side, what percentage of the Straw Hats' victory over Tobi Rappo is, all of it can be calculated. Not knowing that about two blondes have met, Sanji is confused between the two options. He does not know who to help right. If he meets Hawkin, he will give him a hexagram, and says that Momonosuke's safety is 96.69%, who is in danger of turning into a 7-dish civet, is Inuarashi. Thanks to that, Sanji will turn the car to the treasure house, save Inu's life, and at the same time defeat Jack's drought. The Straw Hats never killed people, but Inu was enmity with Jack, so he knew how quickly the ancient Zoaners recovered. So, as soon as Sanji finishes taking out Jack, Inu will finish it for sure. The survival rate is 1% by tomorrow morning, most likely to fall into a guy with blonde hair. Next, contributing to the victory over Kaido and Big Mom, Hawkin has an extremely powerful trump card. In chapter 913, he said, "Sorry, next time I'll draw a good card. These cards are risky, but I have a few cards that can cause a person to exert their abilities beyond his limits." If he wants to win against Kaido, Luffy will definitely have to break all the limits, but when he runs out of haki for the second time, or is exhausted, Hawkin will become a great support. With the power of friendship, the second Hawkin will appear, at the right time everyone thinks he has lost, then he hacked the game and won the trump card, buffing the power of his comrades. The strength of friendship will turn Hawkin into a card duel king, while Kaido becomes a defeated king, giving the Pirate King seat to the main character. Who knows, Luffy's Gear 5, or awakening the Devil Fruit, thanks to Hawkin's friendship card. Do you guys think like me? 2. All Supernovas team up? Currently, there are 8 out of 11 supernovae present in Wano, in addition to 5 people on top of the skull and Hawkin, and X-Drake and Apu. These two guys have very similar circumstances, that is standing between both sides. X-Drake is an area navy, which originally intended to use one hand to destroy the other, in order to be an advantageous fisherman. The benefits are beneficial, but the teeth are almost gone, due to the high quality of Hawkin, but luckily, the Queen and Who's Who have not killed them. At that time, the only living door for X-Drake was to ally with Luffy, officially declare war on the Beast Pirates. Apu's situation is no different now. In chapter 997, after losing the antigen, the Queen announced that he and Chopper were to be executed. Now all pleasure and waiter have betrayed. Apu tries to be loyal, only to be eliminated by our side. He has seen the power of Marco, Chopper, Hyagoro, even X-Drake is stronger than Apu. Against our side is not good, but there is a cruel boss like Queen behind, he should follow X-Drake's example. Even the squatters are very fashionable, when he joins the president. If Apu also betrays, and overturns the nature of pirates, especially pirates made in China, it is likely that we will see all the supernovas team up, together to create a new era, like pirates. The scene in the movie Stampede. In addition, out of the remaining 3 supernovae, the Eurogue was pretty badly injured, nursing on the Sky Island. The last time we saw him was chap 795. Whether he came or not, it was impossible to say, but I can guarantee that Beeg's fire tank crew won't be present. Because according to the mini-story, along with the main storyline, he just left the Dressrosa territorial waters. At that time the decisive battle on Devil Island was going on, unless there was a magical door, otherwise Beeg would not be able to come in time. The person I trust more, is Bonnie, who thanks to her special ability broke into Pangaea Castle. Somehow, if Bonnie got on board a naval ship, they would send the only female monster of the worst generation to Wano Kingdom. I have imagined the prospect of Bonnie using his powers, to turn Momonosuke back to the true age of 28. Thanks to that, he will bring into full play the strength of the artificial Uo, while at the same time using the aim no Habakiri, avenging his father, defending his homeland. The battle at Wano currently has 3 factions. One faction is the old regime led by Orakai, a cruel pirate faction dominated by Kaido and Big Mom. The main faction is reform-minded samurai, allied with good pirates. And civil war, resolving clan conflicts will be undertaken by the Wanoians, namely, the Red Envelope and the Orakai. And the new generation of pirates will join hands to collapse the monument of the old era, creating their own era. If Law had moved Big Mom down, no one would have been able to solo with her, but all the supernovas there together stopped Big Mom. It would have been a while. And the supernovae on the top of the skull, combined with Yamato will try to gain time, beat Kaido as badly as possible. When an outside force appears, and creates a turning point for the war, basically pirates fight with pirates, the Kojiki clan resolves their resentment with the Kurozumi clan. That is my theory for the love triangle in Wano Quack, and comments on some of the most prominent actors in the adult film country. If you find it interesting, please leave a like, share, and click on the channel subscription to support Top Shounen. Goodbye and see you again.